What's up, folks? Welcome in. In this video, we're checking out Demon Slayer Opening 1, the full version, Garenge by Lisa. I'm very excited for this. I just finished doing reactions on Patreon to Season 1 of Demon Slayer. I almost didn't make it because of the yellow one. And I'm sure you know why, because, man, it's just like the stamina required to just withstand the vocal annoyance and just over the top, just, I don't know. Like, luckily, my Patreon community was cool. They were like, stick with it. What is coming is awesome. You're going to want to get there. And man, I'm like, I think 3 or 4 episodes in the Mugen Train. It's unreal. I cannot believe how cool it is. So I'm very glad we stuck with it. But it was difficult to say the least. I don't know. Let me know what your experience was. Anyway, I'm excited to hear this. Let's go. Oh, yeah. Solidify that rhythm. Oh, the phrasing of that is amazing. Oh yeah, the vocal line. It's primo. We'll talk about it in a second. Oh yeah, the hand drum stuff. That's cool. All right, we got to stop it at the chorus drop. Sorry to have the pattern interrupt there. There's so much good going on. There's so many things to talk about musically. So let's do that. First and foremost, foundations, solidification of the rhythm. Ba da 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 da. Like, musically speaking, that is the main character of the opening so far because we get so much variation within it. Now, remember, I've heard the anime version like, I don't know, 20 sometimes, never the full. So this will be, when we get there, it'll be new. But right now, I'm very comfortable, you know, saying this is definitely the main character of this opening and this chunk of the song because we take that rhythm and develop it. But in the beginning, we have 2 voices, keyboard voice and human voice, right? Obviously. Underneath it, you do, I haven't really paid too much attention to that before. You have like some digital, just some 16th notes moving, and they're super light. You know, it's kind of faint, but it's low in the mix, but it has some contour, supports, but then like very powerful drop there. Bass comes in, distorted guitar comes in, drums come in, obviously, and da 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 are like the main 2 intervals. You've heard that a million times. Da 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 da. We use it all. It's not just there. It's everywhere. It's an easy one to grasp onto, but it works really well. So for me, this like beginning is super genius because you pull in, we have a nice sounding voice. The keyboard line is super easy. We're moving through a very basic chord progression. That rhythm can be understood by anybody. We get a really fun drop, but I love the transition from this introduction into the beginning of the verse. So one more time, we'll let it go. When we get into the verse, we'll stop again. Nice sustain on the vocals there. Oh, sorry. I forgot to talk about that's like the obligatory, like, hey, man, we have this rock drop, this opening. We're going to do that. Drummer plays it. We're good to go. We're golden. We have the golden ticket to continue. Back 5 seconds. We'll get the drum fill. Then we'll talk about the verse. How great is that? That switch of timbre, meaning sound style on the bass, sounds like we're playing with a pick. It's wide open, and it's root note foundations. What does that mean? Instead of playing, like the bass player is going like, we're just kind of sticking on one note, but like for the whole bar, as it shifts and changes, versus boom, like it could be way too busy and like take away, but they don't make that choice, right? Like, hey man, just camp out, allow it to be there. We can still hear it on the piano part underneath, and the main character of the story now really being told, well, sung by the vocal line, becomes like the part that obviously we're going to have the most investment in. Back a couple seconds, listen to the vocals, primarily the delivery, and then we'll talk about shape and contour in a second. I never heard that before. It's gorgeous, man. Absolutely gorgeous. That's so cool. I have not heard the little diddles, the little rust in the snare drum, because I was too busy like thinking about what was going on, probably with the visuals. Because when we watch it in Patreon, we're just we're in story mode. We're not in like music analysis mode. A little bit, my ears are going, but not like it is right now. It's really great. Now, primarily for me. Now, if you're a friend of the channel, you know I don't hyper-focus on lyrics. Probably not, I guess. I mean, I do, but not the same way that most people do. Usually lyrics are the instrument in the fact that they're speaking the language and telling you exactly what's happening. Like, the instrument is, like, dictated versus via understanding, right? And I like to experience it a little bit differently because, I mean, obviously, I have subtitles right here. It's available. But normally when I'm listening, even when I listen to music in English, I'm still not listening to the lyrics at all. Like, I can't, if I go to karaoke with me, I'll be like, I'll buy the drinks. You're fucking singing though. Like, it ain't gonna, I only know like lyrics to like 5 songs, and it's not. That's when Jägermeister's happening. I'll get on the mic. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, point being, I'm listening to the lyrics, but I'm listening to the tone of the lyrics, the contour. What is the shape? Like, does it go up? Does it go down? Is it demanding? Is it interest? Is it musically interesting? Are there harmonies? Is it Is it cookie cutter? Like, could anybody sing this? Like, does it specifically, like, someone have to really invest in their, like, singing career to do this? That's where my brain is going. Like, it just feels a little different than just language telling you exactly what to kind of feel from the lyrics. So, and I know not everyone listens that way. Plenty of people do, but it's way more popular to just listen to what is actually being said, because most people, like, you go to shows, people are, like, singing along with bands. They're not necessarily going like or like they're singing words. They're not all the muso nerds, all the instrumentalists are like, well, I can sing you the drum parts. Y'all get it, but I'm just trying to show like the other side. So the reason I like this opening so much so far is because of the vocal phrasing that we're getting, meaning the rhythms that are being given to us, the shape and contour. I find like we have low range going to high range, and there's really cool harmonies. I don't know if she's doing double tracks and singing harmonies with herself, if she has some background vocalists. It doesn't really matter, because what we're getting from the listener perspective is really good. There are so many boring songs that exist with just no demand or difficulty with delivery vocally. So when we get stuff like this, I'm obviously going to geek out about it, but not really understanding what the message is about. But you can still grab messages from the way music is given to you. And that's the beauty of like good musicians, right? That's why I will always sorry, we're going to tangent Tony if we're not careful. Let's go back a couple seconds here and just appreciate the vocals again. Nice callbacks. Head voice is gorgeous. Yeah. So, I mean, the important part there for me is just we got so much variety from, like, just to say it in the most basic terms possible. Not so when I get super music geeky here. There were notes that were in a low register. There were notes that were in a medium register, and there were notes that were in a high register, and they kind of went like this. And that is super interesting and great, and the rhythms were cool. Like, the end, that defeats most music in a great way. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's cool. So the writing style is very nice, and the delivery style from the artist is really nice as well. So I just wanted to put my appreciation for that there. Back 5 seconds. Let's keep going. So obviously we bring it back to ga, but this time we have a little bit of hand drum on there as well. So it has a very, very different flavor. I appreciate the hell out of that. Oh, literally, I've heard this opening like over 25 times. I've never heard that like borderline church organ or maybe super high register synth or guitar line that's with the hand. Okay, that's interesting. That's cool. It almost sounds like an oboe line too. There's a lot of ways you can achieve that. I mean, it's saturated with some effects as well, but the point is that's super high, like high register mid-range. I've never even noticed that line before. That is absolutely gorgeous. Let's keep going. I love this bass fill. Ooh. All right, I don't want to go to the new stuff yet because we got to talk about this. Now, the chorus. Why does the chorus sound so damn good? It's a real simple equation. We hit this progression. It's moving in a fashion that is extremely accessible to everyone's ears. Like, without going into any theory stuff, it sounds good because the music math is adding up. And then even if you took, sometime we should load these up in some software where we can fade out certain instruments so we could geek out about different spots there. I guarantee you, if we fade her vocals out, the instrumental side of the chorus is still a 10. Like, it still sounds great. It has that pop sound needed. It's heavy enough. There's nothing, there's no progressive things happening. It's cookie cutter, but I'm not cookie cutter in a bad way, just cookie cutter and easy calories. These are, we're taking them in easy. The part that is the icing on the cake, though, is the vocal line that comes in, because the melody is it's loud. The dynamic is aggressive. There's some there's some articulations that are like, oh yeah, that's different than anything we've gotten at the beginning. So it hits you, like, it just kind of hits you. You're like, whoa, this is like, you're pulled in. At that point, you're pretty invested. And then that's kind of the opening that we know, because there's just some variations on that in the anime version. I'm very curious to see where we do go. So let's let the chorus play again, and we'll see what happens. Man. It's a nice harmony underneath, too. All right, where do we go? Ooh, variations on left side guitar here for this verse. Variations on bass too. Okay, well, that's the first time hearing the bridge. That's interesting. We get like this little quarter note jam out. Sorry, we're going to need to get it again. Let's get the transition. Let's go 125. I think it hits about after 130. One more time, please, for the bridge. This is new for me. All right, 132. The biggest takeaway right now is the difference in what the guitar stuff we're getting. The bass is way more prominent in the mix in full, and it just the drum part feels a little bit more, I guess, loaded in my ear versus what we had on the first verse. I went back to 130. Let's grab it again. Yeah, we have like two percussion lines going on too, because I can hear like front focus, like stereo. Like if you're listening to headphones, you get it. If you're on your phone right now, it won't make sense. Frontal and like surround, we're getting what the drum set player is playing. We have like another percussionist that feels like they're playing tom related parts mixed on the right side. It's borderline distracting. I'll be honest. Almost like, whoa, almost a little bit of like just like a little. It's a cool groove that's going on. It almost feels polyrhythmic for a moment, and it's not though. It just a little bit unsettling. Again, please and thank you. Yeah, it's out there, dude. I dig that, because that's a little variation on our rhythm. That's more of like a clave rhythm. Interesting. So the difference in the mix is pretty wild, because the bass is so much brighter with a lower round tone in the mix versus what's going on with that left side guitar and then the funky percussion thing. I don't know. It depends. If you're a drummer nerd, you might like, I don't know. Sorry. If you're not like super into drum stuff, you might not even notice that. It is distracting to me, and the mix levels, it's taking away from her voice a little bit. I still like the bridge. Like, it's still cool. I'm just like, whoa, I'm kind of hyper-focused on some details I'm probably not supposed to be super hyper-focused on. One more time, we'll let the bridge play and see what happens after this. We'll keep going. Sorry, this is the bridge. My fault. Yeah, I like that. Sorry, I was saying that incorrectly. That was the true bridge. That's my assumption. I mean, it's 3:55 long. We're only 2 in. The function of it currently would be the bridge. That was cool. I like the quarter note pulse that's happening there. Let's see. I don't need to go back to 32. Let's just go back to like 145 to grab this kind of like second half of this. I don't need you. That's cool. And you get like, we're getting some cool, like kind of like the bass player is like a lot more wide open, I guess, playing less notes. It kind of allow this borderline little funk jam to almost kind of happen here. But that, I like it. Similar content. Man. That's primo. Same chord progression. Oh. Oh, okay. I like the phrasing. That's cool. But do di ga go ga da we get it. Do ga go go ga. I enjoy that. That's a massive pattern interrupt compared to everything that we've had from beginning. Yet underneath is still existing. So the chord progression is the same here as far as like the I guess the harmonic properties. What's going on? That's 256. Let's go to like, I don't know. I kind of want to get into that 235 with similar organ type properties that we talked about. Bass player is still wide open, big chord tones. It works really well for that vocal rhythm. Bring the backbeat back. Rebuild. Okay, that was stanky as a motherfucker. That was cool. Hold on. I can't just go listen to the whole chorus again without grabbing this little difference again. This is really cool. They put a 5/4 bar in there. I was not sorry. Let's count it out. Let's go back. Put it in context. I'll count it for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I'm wrong. My fault. Wow. Oh, okay. Outro's nice. We got some clean tone on. It was going to sound like not make sense. We got some clean tone on the growl because it was super exposed. Yeah, I counted that one section wrong. That was definitely wild. It's asymmetrical though. That is the cool part because you get little plays with them and it jumps in. And then we kind of leave our last chorus completely built. It's very loud. Like, I don't know what it's like for you. My volume levels are a little bit different. I've got my side cranked here, and I was like, looking at the mixer. I'm like, can I take this chorus one more time with this volume? It just sounds so damn good. It was very beefy on the end, and on the outro, we explored a little bit of variation as far as where the chord voicings were going, and it made 100% sense because that's how you launch. You give us the one little variation in the chord progression, and you send us on our way. Like, so for me, as far as like, I don't know, a super accessible, like full length opening, this really does good things in my opinion. So that's just me though. That's really fun to listen to. My ears are definitely they're spent because we had this crank. So let me know what you think about it down in the comments below, please, and thank you. My name is DrumRollTony. Come watch some anime with me on the Patreon. We have a good community. We're just missing one thing, and that is you. Please and thank you. If you liked the video, click the thumbs up button. If you did not like the video, click the thumbs down button. If you want more videos like this, click the subscribe button. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. YouTube thinks you want to watch one of these 2 videos next. Have a great day. Take it easy. Bye-bye.